My bad juju.
Just pulling me down here, but
my juju was good until it got bad.
It's a lot.
And we're back. I don't know how to approach this episode because we said some outlandish things last episode.
Dude, I was confident in what I said last week.
You know, we said it with chest.
Yeah.
We did say it with chest.
We did say it with chest.
We were
dude.
like Lions, and you know, we were hyped.
We were hyped, dude. We have never seen the Lions go 5-1 before.
Yeah.
I don't think we've ever seen that in our lifetime.
Not even close.
Not that I'm
Not
aware of, at
remotely
least.
close. And, you know, our offense looked hot. Our defense looked like it was good. And we said outlandish things to the camera. And they're on the internet forever.
Yeah, that happens.
So we could sit here. We could clip them, you know, because I was like, whoa, we're not getting shut out.
We didn't get shut out.
But, yeah, thanks to Jahmyr Gibbs, you know.
Yes, finally. His
looked
first
all right.
rushing touchdown ever is in that game. So sad.
Would you want that? Would you want, like, if you were in the NFL, would you want your first touchdown to be in a game you were blown out on?
No, because it was just kind of like garbage time, you know?
Yeah.
Is that that defense really even trying? Do they even care at that point?
I would slide before I made it to the end zone.
It's like, no, this ain't going to be my first one.
Nah.
This ain't not my first one.
It'll be a better game.
Yeah.
Trust me, coach. Nah, you get cut after that. But, man, that was rough. And I just think that Lamar Jackson kind of just showed that he was him.
Yeah, dude. He hasn't been that way at all this season.
He was the best running back and quarterback on the field that game.
Yep.
And
he did it all.
Just picked us apart.
Fantasy football owners would be proud.
I stand by. If anyone wants to quote me on the last episode, like, I think we could. I'm pretty sure we could beat the Dolphins. I'm pretty sure we could beat the Niners and the Eagles. Lamar Jackson. I always knew running quarterbacks was like our kryptonite, but I honestly, on any other day, I'd like a rematch.
I'd like a rematch. I think Goff would come better prepared. I think Gibbs would run better.
Yeah.
I think if we had another shot, the Lions would do just fine.
Yeah, we aren't the same old Lions. I know, like, a lot of people. I made it a point to wear this because, you know, I've been talking to some bandwagoners recently, and they're like, "Oh, I'm gonna stop watching the games, and we suck," and
it's just one game. You know, it's the NFL. We always got a chance to bounce back.
Everyone has a bad week, so
as long as this doesn't turn into like a slide and we go 500 right away.
Yeah,
I think we should stop talking about the Lions because it seems like we're just bad luck. We're just bad luck.
So what other games did you watch, Eric?
Oh, the one game I watched was the Minnesota game against
the Monday night primetime.
Yeah, who was that? That was against San Fran, right?
Yeah, it was Niners, man.
And do you see Jordan Addison?
That was crazy.
Part of me was just really upset about it because I played him in one of my leagues and it lost me the game. But Jordan Addison had his second touchdown of the game in the first half.
He just shoved the guy. He was like, "This is mine."
Yeah,
you have no business being on this.
It's like, I know you thought you were gonna intercept that ball, but you weren't intercepting that ball. I'm gonna take it to the house.
Yo,
Justin Jefferson, who?
I loved his celebration because he just shrugged, like he went to the end zone.
I love that. He's like,
nah, that happened. Yeah, nothing.
I can't explain it. Nothing I can do. It fell into my hands.
Little Butterfingers.
Kirk Cousins underthrew it, but didn't matter.
There was a reel I saw this morning. It was like Kirk Cousins and his chains. You know how they give him the chains afterwards?
The white boy chains?
Yeah, he started acting up, and he was like, who can't play in prime time? And they're like, Kirk, why do you sound like that? And he's like, your mother likes how I sound. And they're like, somebody get the chains off of him. And he's like, I'm so sorry. My condolences, everybody.
My condolences.
Yeah.
He's automatically back into his flannel button down.
It was hilarious. But, Minnesota showed up. I wanted to see them lose because they're in our division.
Yeah, that would have been nice.
I think they're the only threat, really.
Mm-hmm. They started off rough, but I mean, they have shown flashes with their offense. It's just they have so many turnovers. That's what's kept them down.
Exactly. They got to figure that out, and then if they can hold steady without Justin Jefferson and then get him back, I don't think the North is completely ours. But
no. What do you think of?
I do think we'll win it though.
San Francisco. Do you think they're kind of falling apart?
Ooh, I don't. I think
It's 2 losses in a
think Brock
row.
Purdy ain't him. I think
He started showing his weaknesses.
We want him to be the second coming of Tom Brady.
Yeah.
Right? Mr. Irrelevant, coming back. Great story, you know. Got the little baby face, too.
Look, I ain't saying he's bad.
Yeah.
I think he can still be a good quarterback in this league. It's just he is showing that he's young and he can't carry the team to a victory. He still needs all those supporting cast to bring him there.
He didn't have Debo, right? And Christian McCaffrey probably wasn't 100%.
Yeah.
So, part of me thinks too many people bet on the Niners. And the powers that be was like, we can't have these losses monetarily.
Yep.
So some flags were thrown.
Yep.
And such. But
that's how that stuff always goes.
maybe.
You know.
Just a conspiracy.
I think there's always an underlying theme to that type of stuff.
But that was definitely a surprise to me. And that, I think that and then the Saints-Jags game were the only ones I watched. Sunday I just turned off the TV. I'm not going to lie. Third quarter, I was like, this is...
Yeah, after the first 2 drives, so the Lions' first drive of the second half and then the Ravens' first drive of the second half.
Yeah.
After that, I was done.
I was like, the whole first half, I was like, oh, the wind is in our
the
face,
wind is,
you know?
The wind is why it's happening.
Fault. Yeah, and then the second half, I was like, never mind, I'm done. I'll take the L.
Yep.
But
nothing we could do at that point.
I never saw any fights pop up on Twitter.
No, I didn't see any either.
I don't think any drama. No dramas coming to mind.
Just the Chris Olave thing, right?
Olave
got arrested going.
Yeah,
what? It was 35 miles an hour over.
35 over. Yeah, he got booked and
I
everything.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like it could be worse.
Is he gonna play? Do you know?
He's projected still 14 points.
Really? Is that just ESPN catching up to the news, or?
ESPN already knows and has paid his bail money. No suspension, just going to be a fine.
Okay.
That's just me guessing.
If that's the case, then I think he plays out of his mind. You know, he wants the world to forget about that.
Do I start him?
You start him if he's playing. If he's not playing, you start Michael Thomas. This is his chance to be the clear wide receiver 1. And I don't know if anyone's paying attention to the last episode we filmed, but
Michael Thomas is going to get injured this week.
I said, dude, I'm about to. You know what's coming.
You know, that said, you know what's best? Self-inflicted harm. And it wasn't self-inflicted, dude.
But I think of us as a conglomerate, dude. We're a corporation here.
I meant to post that clip to Instagram.
Yo, it's self-inflicted in that we are. That hurt me as much as it hurt you, buddy.
I don't think it did.
That was something.
You got up looking pretty happy.
I didn't look that happy, man. I don't know what you're talking about. Anyways, Michael Thomas got me the touchdown is what I was trying to build this all up to. I said I was going to put $5
past that point.
And it's like, imagine if I did put $5. I only put 85 cents on it because I kind of forgot about that bet.
Yeah, because what was his odds to get a touchdown?
It was like plus 400 or something.
That's insane to me.
Close to plus 400, yeah.
Is that his first touchdown of the season?
Yeah, that's what that was.
Really?
You didn't even listen to me on the last podcast.
Okay, I did listen to you,
and you were like, "It's gonna be one more week till he gets one."
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So I was listening to you. I just forgot. It didn't stay in my head.
Whatever.
I got early onslide dementia.
I only put 85 cents and turned it into $4.42, which is a pretty good.
What if you did $5, bro?
Dude, I keep telling myself that, but you know what? That's betting. You know. If I would have lost it, I would have been like, it's only 85 cents. So you gotta check yourself. Keep yourself balanced. That's the world we live in. You know, but I'm playing with higher stakes this week because Mike Clay won me some money.
For the first time.
I've been like beep flatlining.
Yeah.
And then I was like beep. I'm alive again.
Yeah.
I'm alive.
Whoop.
I'm dead.
All the way down.
But before we get into the bets and all that fun stuff, we got to go through the fantasy standings. So Yates out the gates had his first loss.
Very first loss
and
by 0.3 points.
It was 0.3 points. And that's against the team that didn't start a defense. The Cowboys were on bye. And
you know, sometimes that's helpful. Sometimes defenses get negative points.
Yeah. Did the Niners get negative? I can't remember. That's how I won in one of my leagues, though. I need the Niners defense to score less than 6, which seemed hopeless before the Monday night game. I was like, the Niners defense is going to crush.
They're crushing.
And the first quarter, like one of the first drives that the Vikings had, maybe it was the first drive the Vikings had, was an interception from Kirk Cousins. Like, Kirk Cousins threw an interception.
Oh, yeah.
First drive.
And it was like, there's no way they get negative 6 points.
Like, this is how it's going to be the whole time. And Kirk Cousins, I hate the Vikings. I hate Michigan State. And I hate Holland.
They just throw it and
But you did me good.
Yeah. They throw it so much, and I don't know, they do score a lot of points. I don't start any defense that's playing Minnesota.
Really?
Because they might throw a pick 6 here or there, but they're also going to put up like 30 points.
Not this season, man. I agree with that last 2 seasons. This season's just been wonky. It's been weird. Are they a good team? Are they a bad team? Are they a good offense? Can they run the ball? Can they not run the ball? Too many questions.
They just throw it so much.
But it seems
like they're usually like chasing the other team. They get down early and then just have to just try to score.
I agree with that. Kirk can sling it, I guess. But yeah, Yates at the gates lost, so 6-1. Next team is Clay all day, been holding steady. That's the team that beat Yates out the gates. At second place, holding it steady, 61% chance at playoffs. Yates out the gates got a 98% chance according to IBM Watson, whatever.
It's
AI
too good,
runs
man.
This.
Their projections are so high.
Too much. Clado is next, so 2 out of the top 3 go to Mike Clay. And then we got Yates at 4, and then Cumming Clay at 5. So still 3 out of the 5 go to Clay, 2 out of the 5 go to Yates, but Yates has the best team. And then number 4.
The best overall.
Clay's got 2, 3, and 5. So tough to decide which one's better based on this. Like, that's why we need this betting thing to help push them over the edge. Whatever other metrics anyone could think of to help us judge this head-to-head matchup between Yates and Clay.
Yeah, we thought we had enough.
It's too tough to tell.
Like this isn't like a foolproof plan. Like I do kind of like how our fantasy teams do show, does their draft predictions work?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, are their draft predictions, their ADP, kind of truthful? Like, I don't know.
And we're showing, like, if you stick with your gut and you don't freak out and trade or drop players or go to the waiver wire right away, weeks 1 through 3, it can help. It definitely can help.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people that are like 0-3 start, get that Puka Nacua. They pick up Jerome Ford, whatever. I haven't been paying that much attention this season, but they pick those guys up, and that strategy can work. But this is just kind of showing you if you stick to your gut, and this is my draft. Which, do you respect that more? Would you rather win a fantasy league, never picking up anyone off the waiver, never trading anyone, your original draft, or does that not matter to you?
It doesn't really matter to me. I feel like
it's like
people
who game.
Yeah. I mean, you draft. It kind of depends on what spot you draft at too.
Yeah.
Because you can get better picks at better teams with better picks. And part of the game is waiver wire picks. Part of the game is trading. And if you are a good enough manipulator and can get great trades, go for it. That's kind of respectable. And then if you can find those good waiver wire picks that no one else can find, that kind of changes your team and on you then too.
So, it is what it is, but that's just our format for this league. And it's still hard to decide which one's better. So, any other metrics you can think of, because we could sit here all day and we could clip ourselves, like watch our last episode and watch ourselves. Like, that's what I'm learning. Like, I sound like an idiot when I watched the last video. Yeah. Like, nothing I said did happen. And even if when I did win some bets, it wasn't following the logic I was going after, dude. It was some random shit that happened. So it's like going into this whole YouTube series, I was like, we're going to totally be able to say, I told you so to Clay or Yates. But you can do either or. You can clip them all day, and it's just the game. It's all pretty
the game
random.
is rigged.
It's rigged and random. Randomly rigged. But, so I am starting to tip the scale towards Clay. I've been a little bit on the Yates side of things, but holding steady. Clay's team's kind of, they're doing well. They're doing well, and the other metric, obviously, that we use, the main one, is the betting. And Clay's been doing pretty good there, too. 2 featured players in a row won back-to-back weeks.
I still have not won a featured player.
Yeah, but you won a 7-leg parlay,
I
which
did.
is arguably harder.
Yes, I agree.
But my strategy for that is, like what I was telling you earlier, just to keep them at like plus 25,000 and
Just go for
I
it.
just hope I win one this season, and that should be able to like make its money if you just go for one crazy one. But yeah, I go a little safer on the featured player. I'm one back-to-back. I'm gonna try to make it a 3-peat there, and then our individual bets kind of hold us down, or at least hold me down.
They're supposed to be our safety net.
Yeah. But we'll talk about that.
I don't want to talk about my bets.
We'll talk about it a little later. We'll pry some information out of Yates there, but I think Mike Clay, and the numbers guy, is working his way up in my rankings of best analysts.
Maybe. Yeah, I mean, I still don't like the guy. I still like Field Yates.
Yeah, Yates is the better camera presence. And I will say that Clay's at the bottom 2 teams of this league too.
Yeah.
With a 1-6 record and a 2-5 record. So like literally record wise, the worst 2 teams.
Yeah. And then 6, 7, and 8 is all Yates. So
Yeah.
it's just kind of, I don't know. Well, I think this is like a 16.
First, you last.
Like if you look at it right now, it's a 16 playoff, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
So
It's
we could get
3v3.
3v3.
Yeah.
Which would actually be
it was
really
today.
cool.
But it won't be that way.
I think it will be that way.
No, I don't
mean,
think
if you're
so.
just looking at it now,
Yates out of space is high as hell. I don't know what they be. They're not down to earth.
they 4-3.
Field Master Yates.
I'm starting Gino.
That's just ugh.
That team got riddled with injuries.
Sure. Like the rest of
But
our
it got
teams
Amon
have.
Ra. You got the Sun God.
The Sun God. Have you heard of any like NFL trade rumors? Do you know anything? Like, do you know what the NFL trade deadline is?
Isn't it this week?
I don't know. I have no idea.
I heard it was this week because the only thing I saw about the trade deadline was the Lions needed to get like a defensive.
An edge rusher.
Yeah, another edge rusher. Yeah.
I want to talk about Derrick Henry potentially getting traded. Where do you think is his best landing spot? After the Titans,
Tennessee's really just giving up, aren't
after
they?
the Titans like traded off their best safety.
What if you went to Minnesota?
That's not a bad. Well, I was thinking Lions. I was hoping you'd say like the Lions.
I mean, I don't want to. I like Montgomery and I like Gibbs.
Yeah, but the depth.
Yeah. I mean, that's true. I would take him, but you're going to be spending a lot of money probably to get him.
On a 1 year? No, running back market's pretty cheap.
I guess
for a
it's all
running
about negotiations because it's whether you're going to finish off the contract or if, like, the Titans might eat some of the contract bit.
Like, what's your opinion of the top 5 teams to make the Super Bowl? Like,
Who are the top 5 teams to make the Super Bowl?
yeah, in your opinion.
You know, the last 2 weeks have given me some doubts, but here they go.
Okay.
Eagles,
Okay.
Niners,
Sure.
Dolphins,
Interesting.
Lions,
Okay.
Kansas City. You got to put
The
Kansas
Chiefs.
City in
Okay,
there.
so you left the Bills out.
Yeah.
Think the Bills got no chance to make it to the Super Bowl?
They do got a chance.
But not as much as the Lions do.
You got to
Or
put the Lions in
Dolphins.
there. I think,
They picked apart the fence, dude. Was it like a 40-20 game or something like that?
yeah, I mean, and Dolphins lost again, too, I think, but
You still put the Dolphins over them.
yeah.
Interesting.
I mean, I don't know. I feel like the Bills and the Dolphins are kind of like the same team. They can be on fire one game and then off their game the next.
Are you giving up on the Bengals?
Yes.
Bengals done?
For Super Bowl this year? Yes.
Browns, you think
I don't think
In
they
the
ever had a
conversation?
shot from the beginning of the season.
they're leading their division?
Yeah, it doesn't mean they're going to be in the Super Bowl.
They have Myles Garrett, which I want to be
But
for
they have
Halloween. That's
Deshaun
the
Watson,
scariest
who's
human
not
being.
that
No,
great.
they don't. He's been sitting out. They got P.J. Walker or something now.
Yeah, and the backup quarterback
He's
is
been doing
just
good.
as bad.
No, they beat the Niners, right?
Yeah,
And
but I
then
mean, the
they
Niners just flopping. They having a rough
No,
little spill.
Nah. As Derrick Henry, I'd want to be in like the top 5.
Yeah, because you think he's like gearing towards the end of his career a little bit,
Yeah.
and he wants to be able to compete.
Get it. LeBron James.
LeBron James.
Get a couple rings somewhere else for a little bit.
The reason I said Minnesota was because Alexander Madison not playing, not great, not bad. I think he's a solid backup. Cam Akers, proven he's not as great as everyone thought he would be. Throw Derrick Henry into that mix. Give him 12 touches a game. He's going to do you really solid. Alexander Madison can back him up with like 8 touches. Screw Cam Akers. And then I was just trying to think of like other teams that need running backs. What other teams need running backs?
The Ravens.
Yeah, the Ravens do need a running back.
The
they
Lions.
Don't got JK. We don't need a running back.
Yeah, between the two of them, somebody's always injured. The hamstring, the rib cartilage, whatever. It's just...
That's fair. I just don't think the Lions would make a desperate move to get Derrick Henry when they need more people on their defense. You just want Derrick Henry because you draft him every year on your fantasy team.
I think he'd do really good in fantasy if he was on the Lions.
I think he would too.
Chiefs could use him. Isaiah Pacheco, he's not that great.
I like Isaiah Pacheco, and I think they like Isaiah Pacheco too.
No, he's like a notch better than Clyde Edwards, but I wouldn't say he's
a little
good.
more than a notch.
No, I'd say
a little more
just
than
a notch. I think Clyde Edwards was... They're like Clyde Edwards, Cam Akers, and Isaiah Pacheco are like all in the same little skill bubble for me. A little shorter, smaller, stouter year guys that...
Clyde Edwards-Helaire and Cam Akers. They're in the same level. Both busts.
No.
Isaiah Pacheco was someone who wasn't really ever supposed to be that guy. I think he played at Rutgers. If I'm not mistaken. And he was good at Rutgers.
I don't see him as an elite running back.
I'm not saying like he's a Derrick Henry type.
I think
he's a solid running back.
I think the Bills could use him.
Yeah. I mean, James Cook has kind of been the guy since
but he's
week
not
1.
That downhill back. I think Derrick Henry could do well there. And
that would be a good move.
Bengals even.
Yeah, Joe Mixon hasn't been living up to what he's been doing.
Make that a 1-2 punch. That'd be deadly.
Mm-hmm.
I find it interesting. You kind of count the Ravens out. You count that whole division. Ravens, Browns.
I feel like you're thinking way too much into the top 5 that I gave you.
Yeah, I am.
Because you gave it, I was on the spot.
Who are your top 5 quarterbacks right now? Is it your top 5 teams?
Jared Goff
in there? Yeah,
no.
Okay. Amen, brother.
Patrick Mahomes ain't been playing that great this year.
But you can't.
You can't knock him.
Yeah.
He's number 5 right now.
Yeah. Okay.
I
like that.
I don't know the other
5.
order, but he's down to number 5. Yeah, I guess the top quarterbacks, you got to go Jalen Hurts.
Okay.
Josh Allen, I still think is a top quarterback. Elite talent. Lamar Jackson, can't leave him out.
Okay.
You got to leave Patrick Mahomes in.
So one more.
Fuck. Screw it, dude. Jared Goff.
Jared Goff over Joe Burrow?
Over Joe Burrow for this year, yes.
Okay. Over Tua?
Tua was the other guy I was thinking of right now. And then there's a couple other quarterbacks that are
Justin
pretty
Herbert?
He's not the top 5 yet. He's got to win some more games.
No Brock Purdy,
No.
obviously.
He's proven that he's not quite to that level yet. He could get there, but not quite yet.
Okay. All right. I don't disagree with that. I think Derek Carr makes my top 5.
Show me the car facts.
Show me the car facts. Top 5 worst quarterbacks,
yes.
dude. Derek Carr.
Yep.
Daniel Jones.
Yep.
I kind of want to put Tannehill there, but he's been playing injured, so I'll leave him out of it. I'll go with, you know what? I'm going to say it. Baker Mayfield.
Yeah.
Just overthrowing and underthrowing his. He's got elite talent.
He ain't as good as people think.
I don't want to.
Well, I don't know. I guess people
don't want to call him mid.
Good.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I think like C.J. Stroud's playing better than him.
Yeah.
Like Jordan Love is playing better than him.
Mm-hmm.
I would go Mac Jones.
Oh, awful.
Yeah, terrible to watch even.
Mm-hmm.
And then I kind of want to put Desmond Ridder in there.
Yeah.
I don't think he's awful. I think given some more time, he might.
He's still young, but
develop.
He hasn't really shown anything great.
Yeah, he just seems frantic whenever he doesn't seem like the leader of the team to me.
Mm-hmm.
Bijan's first year, and he's like, this is my team now.
Yeah.
Also, I don't feel good, coach, so I ain't going to play. You can call me a healthy scratch after the game starts.
I think he had 1 carry for 3 yards.
Yeah, the last carry.
Why?
So that Young Wei Koo can hit a field goal.
Oh, man.
Dude, it's probably so he doesn't get
game.
fined or anything, dude, because I feel like you got to disclose that your players aren't playing or something like that. And so, like, he had to have one snap.
Screwed a lot of people over.
I loved it. I played against him, and that's why I'm 4-3 in one of our leagues.
Oh, gosh.
Because I played Keontae Ingram. Same thing.
Keontae Ingram?
Yeah, he was a healthy scratch. I don't know how soon.
Who is Keontae Ingram?
He's James Conner's backup in Arizona. Yeah.
I don't know. I don't think if it's a healthy scratch, they don't have to tell you. It's like they're healthy. We're just not going to play them.
Yeah. That sucks.
Yeah.
Now I'll never pick them up again. And I have a new rule for you, Eric. Whoever wins the most money from the previous week gets to start talking about their bets first. I think that's a fair rule. Because this
is the first week that you actually won more money than I did.
No, it's not like a me versus you thing.
No, I think it's 100%.
It's like a Mike Clay versus Yates. That's their whole.
But you're making it very pointed.
No, I just
as
think
if it's a me versus you thing.
It's would you rather have the good news first or the bad news first?
I always go bad news.
Everyone wants the good news first.
I always go bad news first.
Whoa, that's weird. Also, by the way, guys, I'm on Twitter and my account's strictly for polls, and so that's going to be a poll question right there. Would you rather have good news first or bad news first? I think most people would agree with me. You want that?
Most people would agree with me.
No, you want to soften up the bad news with some good news first.
No, you want to brace yourself for the bad news and with the hope of good news coming after.
When the news is bad enough, though, it's like I don't care about what the news is afterwards. It's like your dog died, and I have a cake in the oven. Now you start off with the cake in the oven, and you're like, yeah. And then it's like, let him eat the cake. And then it's like, this cake was baked by your dead dog's remains.
Ew.
King of the North.
That's bad, good,
Arya
bad.
Stark, yeah. Well, we won't ask you to leave a comment because follow my Twitter instead. It's It's a Lock Calvin.
You can leave a comment as well.
If you want.
But also follow the Twitter.
Also,
or X.
Only leave a comment if you want the good news first. Because that's what we're going to do here at It's a Lock. And the good news is, if you followed and tailed my bets, you turned $18 into $30. Pretty significant, I would say.
Steep,
that's a nice win. So some of my wins, I had you might notice that I was talking about Alvin Kamara in last week's clip, but had to put Javonte Williams. I totally forgot, and that was a Thursday night. I was going to make a rule, too, that we just shouldn't bet on the Thursday night because we don't get these out in time for that. But also, I'm not paying attention to that when I'm picking
No, a lot of it is human error, and we just don't look to see, that was a Thursday night game?
Yeah.
Did not even think about it.
And I had the Michael Thomas touchdown, which is turned 85 cents to $4.42. No, I mentioned that already, but I had him for the Saints. Totally forgot about Alvin Kamara. So I ended up putting $10 on Javonte Williams, and he won me $8 off that.
Lucky.
My featured player hit second time in a row. Travis Kelce. He hit by the first half. Before the first half. So I think he had 9 receptions.
Travis
over 100
Kelce
yards,
went
and
off.
the touchdown, all before the 2-minute warning of the first half. So I only put $1 on that. Won 313. Everybody from the 313. And then my other win was Jared Goff, surprisingly. Had the passing yards to turn $2 into $3.77.
Because they just had to throw it the entire second half.
That turned.
I wonder how many yards he had in the first half.
Garbage time. I didn't even watch those. He had minus 6 yards, or 6 yards at the first quarter, maybe. I don't know. I saw some stat, and then I was like, this game's over. Turn it off. But
yeah. So
if you followed me, you would know that I have to bet $30 now this week, which is exciting. This is the first time I've had to bet more than $18. So if you want to 2x that,
it's exciting, but be careful not to lose it. Be careful not to lose it all.
I'm in my role now.
Don't lose everything.
I'm in my groove. I got my feelers out. I got to everyone just witnessed you saying you're 5 teams to make the Super Bowl. Please clip that because none of those teams are gonna make the Super Bowl now. After your bad luck, your bad juju.
My bad juju.
Just pulling me down here, but
my juju was good until it got bad.
For the 5 individuals.
Did Tyler sneak that lighter in my pocket again?
Ooh, could be that.
Do I have the bad juju lighter now?
Juju lighter. I started.
No, he's in Colorado. I haven't seen.
No, I think he still has it, and his juju hasn't gotten better.
Yeah,
I'm assuming that's on him. But my individuals. So for Coming Clay,
ugly. Oh, my bad.
I'm gonna go with the passing yards there, and I'm taking Joe Burrow against the Niners. This is a little conspiracy.
You going to the Bengals?
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm mad that you didn't include them in your playoff run there or your Super Bowl run.
Because they made it his rookie year, lost last year, and look awful this year.
Yeah, but they're coming off the bye. I think they're going to come with some fresh legs.
Well,
ideas.
did they buy any new offensive linemen? No.
Well, I still have faith in the sauce. In the
What
sauce.
sauce?
I've been drinking too much sauce, but I have faith in Joe Burrow. I think he's going to get the passing yards against a Niners team that doesn't look that great to me anymore.
Yeah.
Back-to-back losses. Breece Hall, underrated running back. I think he's full go now. I think his injuries, woes are behind him. So I'm gonna choose him for rushing yards. That's on my Clay All Day team. From the Clay All the Way team, surprisingly, I'm pairing up Joe Burrow with T. Higgins. He's coming off the bye weeks. He's got to get some stuff together. If I was the Niners, I'd be game planning around Jamar Chase, obviously.
Open up T. Higgins a bit.
I think it should because I don't think their secondary is that great, to be honest. Receiving, I'm going Michael Pittman right now. Like he looks hot to me.
With Gardner Minshew, I guess, is that the quarterback right now?
Yeah,
because Richardson's out.
Yeah, Josh Downs and Pittman have been eaten, so like I think Minshew throws it. He's a throw first kind of quarterback more than wanting to run the ball. They got Jonathan Taylor back, who should open up some play action for him to be able to do that. Michael Pittman seems to have a high floor. I'm not going to go in crazy with that. I'm going to try to find something like 60 receiving yards or actually I have to do it based on
the projections, bro.
What is he projected? I didn't even see that. I think it was like 60 yards. And then Derrick Henry is my touchdown. He's due for one. And that's my strategy. Who hasn't gotten their tutty? Who needs their little signing bonus or not signing bonus? Their incentives,
yeah,
to keep them happy. And I think Derrick Henry, he's in the trade talks. So
I think he almost wants to be traded though.
Maybe he does. Maybe the team wants to trade him. Maybe they want him to look even better for these trades. I'm going full conspiracy here though. I'm gonna put a good chunk of change on a Derrick Henry touchdown. I know it doesn't look like on paper he'd get it because they're playing Atlanta, who has a decent run defense. I don't know. Their red opponent ranking for Derrick Henry. I still think he gets them.
Derrick Henry's still Derrick Henry. It's just
Derrick
whether
Henry.
Tennessee decides to use him or not.
Yeah, and I think they want to showcase him if they want to trade him.
Yeah.
Even if they don't, I might be wrong. Whatever. Cut that part, though. Feature player, I'm back-to-back hitting these, so I'm going to choose another safe-ish featured player. Stephon Diggs, quietly the second-ranked best wide receiver in fantasy football, PPR.
Going Thursday night game, eh?
Yes, sir. That's the last Thursday night. I called the touchdown score too. I might even should do first touchdown score. Get a little boosted odds there, but
boosted.
No, we'll keep the format the same for this podcast.
I hope Stephon Diggs does well for you. I really do. Because I need him for my other league.
Yeah, you have him, but I like the matchup. I like the. I don't think Tampa Bay is gonna just roll over and take an L. I think they're still in their division's so bad they could still win their division. It's like. They're all like 3-4, I think, or 3-3. If they had the bye, but besides the Panthers, 0-6. But I think Stephon Diggs is gonna need to catch, and Josh Allen's gonna need to throw touchdowns to be in. Yeah. Stephon Diggs is gonna need to catch. They're gonna need Stephon Diggs to catch.
Yeah.
You know what I'm trying to say.
They need to do their jobs. Josh Allen needs to throw the ball.
Stephon Diggs needs to
catch the ball.
And then we have football, and that is what we want to watch. And then for the 7-legger, I got Play-Doh. Play-Doh, my team beat your undefeated team.
Play-Doh.
I think that's my play on words. It's a moldable team like dough. It's here for that bread.
Like dough, ray, me.
No.
He doesn't like it when I pop into song.
Yeah.
Yeah.
7-legger is going to be Play-Doh, who's crushing it right now. My only hopes to win this league, I think. Not my only, but my best hope to win it. And that team, as you may already know, is Dak Prescott, which is Gonna have to do something safe there. But I got Alvin Kamara, been up. I got Javonte Williams on the up and up. Stephon Diggs, he catch the ball. Got Devontae Smith, he also catch the ball. Travis Kelce and Michael Pittman, names I've been talking about all this whole time. So I like this team a lot. It's strong. This team's got some bench players too that, I wish I could play or bet on. Maybe we do something like that after I start winning a lot more money.
Maybe we start adding that into like an extra bet. Then we can an extra credit bet.
Once you hit $100, then you can start doing these extra credit bets. But
it's gonna happen this week, dude. I'm going big.
You're going
I don't
big.
care.
All right. Well, then tell us what you got.
All right. So I lost a lot of money. I'm very, very upset. I went from like $27 to $7.
And that's why Mike Clay is tipping back to even because that was a bad.
Well, okay, no one could have predicted that Bijan was gonna be hungover. Quote.
I could have told you. No, I'm just kidding. That stinks. Then how much did you put on Bijan?
$5.
Dang, $5.
$5.
That's a football.
And then I meant to bet on Travis Etienne for a touchdown, and I forgot.
I tried to remind you. I did try. No,
you didn't try to remind me.
I made it a point not to remind you. Yeah, that's right. I just bragged about
we talked about the Thursday night game. Yeah. I didn't end up watching the Thursday night game for whatever reason.
Sucks to suck.
Yep.
So who'd you do instead of Etienne?
I think I did Austin Eckler.
Yeah, Kenneth.
I did do Kenneth Walker.
Yeah. Doesn't even watch their own videos.
I edit them. I don't want to watch them.
All right, that's fair. But I'll be editing tomorrow.
Yes. We will both be editing. All right. So I lost just a ton of money. Okay. So I'm going to be re-upping.
The past is the past.
The past is the past. I'm going to be re-upping to $18.
Okay.
That's what I get to bet with.
Yeah. So how much do you have to put in? Because you
10.
Yeah.
I had to put in $10.
I've been there, brother.
Yeah, I know you have. I'm just really disappointed because I was doing so well.
And our running count's going to be right here in the video.
So, it was a disappointing week. I'm going to go kind of back to the roots of where I was placing these bets that were winning me money.
All right.
So I'm going to start off rushing yards. Do you remember Trevor Lawrence? I bet on him like 2 weeks in a row for rushing yards, and he hit each time.
Yep.
And then I got cocky and decided to go to running backs. For whatever reason, they never hit their projections. I don't know why I would consider
Javonte
it.
did for me. He won me like $8, but I get what you're trying to say there.
Screw you, Field Yates. You screwed me with these sports betting projections. So I'm doing Trevor Lawrence, 27 rushing yards.
Okay, he had a lot last week.
Yeah,
right, he was like 63 or something.
I don't think he's gonna need it as much because he's going against Pitt, I don't think they have that great of a defense, do they?
I think so.
Do they?
I think fantasy-wise, they're like 11th ranked right now. So they're not bad, but yeah.
Either way, 27 rush yards. I feel like it's a good projection for him.
Actually, the Steelers are low. Are they winning their division right now? I think they're.
Is that division just that bad?
Hold up, I don't know. I think they're sneaky. Mike Tomlin's sneaky good, dude.
He is really good. It's just they don't have
Steelers are 4-2, dude.
Really?
They're second in their division. Ravens are 5-2. Yeah.
I did not know
They're not a bad team, dude. So he will have to rush. I like that. Is
Kenneth Pickett doing good?
Follow that one. Tail that one. How many rushing yards is he projected?
27.
Nice.
So I can handle that one. And then my next one, I think we already discussed this a little bit off camera.
Pickett sucks, and you just had to say that.
You didn't like this pick, Adam Thielen.
Oh yeah.
He's projected 7 receptions. That's higher than what I normally like to go.
That's a lot of receptions.
But he's just, been getting 7, 11 a lot of the times. Like he's been the guy
and
for
that's
Bryce
what makes it tempting is that you look at those.
You look at the trends. You try to follow the trends.
Yeah, and
that's what I did last week, and it screwed me over. But this week, I'm trying it. From that team of Jack,
that one.
Like there were only 2 people I think I was considering betting on, and Adam Thielen, and I think it was CeeDee Lamb, and I just liked Adam Thielen's receptions.
Okay.
The best out of those 2.
I wonder what CeeDee Lamb's is. Somebody look that up.
I don't remember. Hold on, let me.
Somebody make the CeeDee Lamb bet instead of this one.
Let me actually see. Yeah, it was CeeDee Lamb. He was projected 6 receptions for 73 yards.
Yeah.
But I looked at his previous stats. It was 4 receptions, then like 10, then 4, 4, 4, 4, 4, and then 7 like the last game.
For me, he's due for it. For you, it's
the trend.
Pattern.
Yeah.
The pattern ain't pattern.
The pattern is not pattern.
The catches ain't catching. He don't catch the ball.
So that is why I went Adam Thielen.
Okay, all right.
Then my next one is going to be Jordan Addison playing Green Bay, team field Yates.
He left the game a little hurt.
I think it'll be fine.
Okay. I think if you're going to be fine, you stick it out for that win. That's a big game.
That was a big
He's a rookie wide receiver. He ran that show. Even like I would tell the coach to be like, "Don't put me in anymore," but I wouldn't walk out like he did. He left.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he went to the locker room.
Oh, I didn't see that part.
He didn't. He walked on his own accord, and it seemed like he was okay too. But I would make it a point to be like, "This was my game," and I'm doing an interview afterwards, even though I'm gonna sound high as hell because I got slightly concussed. But I would, yeah, that's the only thing that worries me about Addison. But at the same time, he's definitely showed that he's now the wide receiver 1.
Yeah. Over Osborne, which so many people were saying Osborne was going to step into
Osborne's like
Jefferson's
third
step.
to me now because there's like Powell now that was like siphoning some catches. But then TJ Hawkinson is the number 2.
Takes a lot. He's almost TJ Hawkinson is almost the number 1.
Yeah.
He gets the most targets for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
But Addison's projected 69 receiving yards.
Nice.
That's why I had to go for that one.
Okay.
Jalen Hurts, I'm going to do passing yards. You know, I think kind of the same thing with Trevor Lawrence. I bet on him 2 or 3 times in a row, and each time he won me the passing yards.
Okay.
So I'm going back
to the roots.
264 passing yards against Washington.
Nice.
And then
264.
This one kind of hurts.
Is it a Raven?
It's Amon-Ra St. Brown.
Oh.
I got to go back to this.
I got to go back to
him.
He hit besides the touchdown.
Besides a touchdown.
Yeah.
And I'm betting on him to get a touchdown this week.
Oh. Okay.
I am not following the trend on that one.
Okay.
That one is just going to be.
But is he due? I wouldn't say he's due for a touchdown. You know who is due for a touchdown?
Who?
Laporta. On the lines.
I don't got Laporta.
I think Laporta. Yeah, but I'm just saying. Like that's what my gut's telling me.
Yeah.
Laporta's due for one.
Laporta could get one.
You know what? We're going to have multiple, so it don't even matter.
Yeah, it don't even matter.
Who are we playing? The freaking Vegas Raiders?
Vegas
Yeah.
Raiders.
Never mind. That's a good one. Tail that one. Amon-Ra.
Amon-Ra.
Yeah.
And then for my featured player, there was a guy I kind of mentioned, CeeDee Lamb.
Oh.
I decided to go him against the Rams.
All right.
I like him.
I respect that.
Yeah.
Now.
I like
6 catches? You trying to do less?
I'll probably do 5.
5 catches?
I like 5, 50 plus receiving yards.
Okay.
And
a tutty?
5 rushing yards.
Oh.
I might do if I can do rushing yards, I might throw rushing yards. They sometimes kind of like what they do with Tyreek Hill, do a sweep.
Yeah.
Sometimes you can break off a big one. So we'll see.
That's
I might
gamble,
do that.
Dude, I don't like that.
Yeah.
I'd rather do a touchdown.
I'm just more curious whether he could actually,
like
if I could actually bet on that.
Is gonna be out?
Yeah.
Nah, I don't doubt it.
I would love it if I could.
I doubt it.
Because looking at like Tyreek Hill's projections, he's projected 1 carry for 11 yards.
Yeah, but
that's on fantasy.
FanDuel.
Yeah.
You'd never find that.
No.
I don't think so.
I would like
Comment
to
if I'm
find
wrong.
It. Yeah.
But I don't think that's there.
I feel like DraftKings you can bet on so much more.
You just throwing shades at FanDuel?
Pretty much.
Shades? You throwing shade at FanDuel?
They didn't let us bet our $200. So
yeah, that's true.
All right, and then the team that I've chose for probably the past like 3 weeks now.
Yeah.
Yates out the gate.
They lost last week, but
they lost by 1 bet last week.
I don't remember what that team is. Walk us through it.
Walk us through it. If you haven't heard it before, Trevor Lawrence, Travis Etienne,
mid,
Isaiah
ugly.
Pacheco, Tyreek Hill, AJ Brown, Kyle Pitts, and Keenan Allen.
Dang.
It's
Has Kyle Pitts ever hit? Oh, you actually
Kyle
have
Pitts
hit.
hits almost every time.
He's hit. Really? You just set it super low?
Yeah, I do like 2
safe?
receptions
Like
or like 20 yards.
Wow.
But I still get like the parlay up to like plus 700, plus 1,000, something like that.
Okay. See, I'm going plus 25,000. That's my strategy. Just put 50 cents on it. It's going to hit. Just you wait.
Yeah, how well did that work out for you last week?
I went first because I won money. That's all I got to
But
say.
not because of the team parlay.
So
no, I need to win that one just to get my money back.
something we've been kind of discussing is like a waiver wire bet. So we're not doing anything this week, but we just wanted to see if we'd have any feedback. You know, if maybe we choose a waiver wire player together and parlay it, or do something more inclusive, just me and you. You know, don't have to use Mike Clay or Field Yates or anything, and
yeah, just kind of like pick our like top players off the waiver
because our waiver's kind of wild right now. Like,
it got everybody. Probably.
It's interesting. We won't tell you any of these names right now, but you know, imagine your league had no one pick off waiver wires, and maybe you have leagues like that. It's very interesting on who gets left behind. But yeah, let us know in the comments if that's something you'd be interested in, and maybe we do like a separate pool for that and track how much we can make versus Yates and Clay. But for now, that's all we got for you. And tail these bets if you want to win, or tail Mike Clay's bets if you want to win.
And Field Yates if you want to break even. Hopefully.
That's
all I ask.
It's a lot.